Hello and welcome to the Nope Coach podcast. This is episode 306, Create versus Curate. Something I said as an offhanded comment once has stuck with one of my biz friends for ages, and she keeps quoting me back to me. And I was like, thank you. I'm going to record an episode about this topic. So I said to her once, I create for free, but in terms of curating, that's when you have to pay me. So everybody does their business, their podcast, their whatever in their own way. I am a prolific content creator. I put out at this stage 1 episode a day. So this podcast, we're on episode 306. For 306 days, I have put out a daily episode. Now, I will refer to other episodes that I've done and I will mention them offhand, but I rarely go and find the link or pop it in the comments. I'll just say, look up the episode on captain's orders, look up the episode on your life being like a dumpster fire. And I trust that if the person wants to find it enough, they'll either scroll back through my past episodes or pop it in Google, Russian roulette, see what happens. But the thing is, as a prolific content creator, if every time someone asked me, can you tell me about this? Can you tell me about that? I answered them with a detailed thing with links to previous episodes and all this sort of thing. I would never get anything done. Now, when people work with me, so my clients who are paying me, if they ask a question, I'm like, hang on, I have a podcast on that. Then I will go and look through my entire 306 episodes, find the relevant links and paste it to them because they are paying me for a service. And this is what allows me to be able to put so much content out there. Some people do a very different business model, and there's nothing wrong with different approaches. You do you is a phrase that I live by. And maybe in the future, if I cut down and only do 1 or 2 episodes a week, potentially I might make show notes. And in those show notes, I might link other episodes and I might write some more detail. For those of you who are new, you're like, what on earth is she on about? Like, why the big reaction? And for those of you who know me, like, yeah, like this, as I said, I create for free. I curate is when you have to pay me. And that feels light and easy and fun for me. Just hitting record, having a topic, talking 15 minutes or less, hitting publish is fun for me. Editing, creating workbooks, making the topics structured or scripted or proceed in logical order, like curating it, putting more time into it, is not fun for me. So I'll do it if I'm being paid to do it, but I won't do it just because. And that's once again my choice. Some people have the most beautifully curated free content. And the brain goes to, I know my brain always goes to, if this is what they do for free, what happens when I pay them? And 9 times out of 10, when I pay them, it's a shit show. They spend their budgeting and their effort and their time is on client acquisition. And then once you've paid them, it's like tumbleweeds blowing past. All of their front, it's like when you go to a movie and you see the trailer and you're like, this movie's going to be fabulous. And then you go to the movie and the only good things in the movie were what they put in the trailer and the rest of it's trash. That's what, in my opinion, and once again, every asshole has an opinion, but this is my opinion, a lot of businesses do. They spend all their time, money, and effort on client acquisition. And then when you get in there, it's kind of like, I think your free stuff was better. I could name, and I don't want it, this is not a name and shame because once again, this is my opinion. Your opinion might be different, but I can name numerous people, programs, things I've purchased, and I've been like, wow, their free podcast was better, or their simple book, their low end $2 Kindle book was better than their $2,000 program. So all of this to say, the energy, the curation, like, if you think this podcast is good, and I hope you do, because otherwise I'm curious about why you're still listening. But if you think this podcast's good, just wait till you work with me. If we're fit to work together, that is. It's not some skeezy kind of promotion thing. But the curation that I give to my clients, the attention I give to my clients, the things that we create together, the level of support that I provide is next level. And that's something that I enjoy. And that's where the majority of my attention goes. Even though this is a daily show, it doesn't take up a lot of my attention. It's, 15 minutes to record, 10 to 15 minutes to create the YouTube thumbnail, translate it into the right sort of format file, upload it. So, it's about 30 minutes a day that I spend on this, which is not nothing, but the majority of my effort is in my client delivery, which is why I say I create for free, but when I curate, you have to pay me. So I hope that you're taking something away from this episode for you. Where are you perhaps investing too much time curating or over delivering for people who could go and find it themselves? And the other thing too, it shows, if you want to find it enough, you'll work out a way. If you need every single link and every single thing provided to you, are you actually even going to read it and watch it? Or is it just going to sit there gathering digital dust on your desktop and you're like a digital dragon gathering treasures? Because I know when I was a newbie entrepreneur and I signed up for every freebie, checklist, chart, quiz, and I was on so many lists and I had so many things, I felt like I was gathering digital clutter. And my computer literally at one stage got full because I reached capacity with all the downloads of things that I never read or I never watched. Like, I encourage you, if you like my stuff, you'll love my emails. SuzanneCulberg.com/newsletter. Come and join. I send them out roughly once a week. They're unique content. They're not just, here's my podcast, because I trust that you can find that on your own. And I absolutely love it. I don't have a traditional lead magnet freebie kind of thing because I don't see the point. As I said, curation, something that's, takes a lot of effort and stuff, is what I give to my paid clients. This creation, this fun, more high level, lower touch kind of, these are my thoughts on things. This is what I give for free. And I suppose the newsletter is a free thing, but it's kind of in between. You kind of get a little taste when I have new offers or I have limited edition offers or I have discounts or things. They go to my email list only. I don't put them out publicly. So totally worth joining my list if you haven't done so already. SuzanneCulberg.com/newsletter. You will receive an email that says, thanks for coming and 2 questions. That's the one exception to where I curate. If you answer those questions, then I will respond with resources that I think is beneficial. Like if you say, I think the first question is, how'd you find me? You could say through YouTube or through the Note Coach podcast, or, a friend recommended me, whatever. And the second question is, what's something that's going on that you think I could help you with? If I already have an episode recorded on that, I will link. So as I said, this is where this is the exception that breaks the rule, because you haven't paid me, you've just joined my list. And if I don't, and I think it's an awesome topic, I will create a podcast for you and then I'll send you the link when it's up, because this is a daily show. So a lot of my topics, ideas come from people who respond to my newsletter or people who respond when they join my list. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope to catch you on the next one. Bye for now.